Today, we're sitting down with Rowenna as she steps forward with a vision for Croydon. As Croydon looks ahead, we are asking deeper questions like, what does the community actually need? So welcome back. We've heard from the people of Croydon and now we're sitting down with the lady herself, Rowenna. Lovely to have you on the platform today.
I'm just such a big fan of your work. Honestly, the space you're providing for women in our community is absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what we need.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Now let's get into the campaign and the countdown because we're nearly there. And we've got a load of questions for you.
Good.
I think the first one, some of them are actually from the community and some are our own. But the first one is, who is Rowenna beyond the campaign?
Most important identity to me is I'm a mum. You know, my two little girls, 3 and 5, born in Croydon University Hospital. I love them and they keep me busy all the time. And so there's that. And then I've got a husband called Marcus who lives here, and he's one of those men who back women. And like,
amazing.
I'm so
We love
blessed.
the allies, don't
exactly.
we?
And he cooks me all the time.
Ooh,
and
you got a chef in the house.
I'm telling you, when he goes away, all I can do is cereal now. I've become de-skilled. And what else can I tell you about me? I've been a teacher in Croydon on London Road. That's what brought me to Croydon about 10 years ago. So I love young people here, love that creative talent. And one other thing about me, do you know what? I'm quite into my like fitness. I quite like when I can get half an hour to do some yoga, to do a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
I love that. That lifts me up.
I think that our community would love to go on a run with you one day. That'd be a good morning.
Well, do you know, one thing I want to introduce is a Croydon cross-country run to show off our great green spaces like around Croydon.
Yes, I've actually heard from some of the locals about green spaces, and I think that it'd be nice to kind of find more around Croydon. We've got the Park Hill Junior School. There's a park there. That's a beautiful park. I think I've seen you speak about that. But there's a lot of green spaces that people don't know about. That's close to the station, close to the commute.
Yeah, and what we also have is this massive inequality of green space. Yes. So you go to the south of the borough, it's very leafy. Beautiful. Like some places like 40% tree coverage. But right here where we're sitting, the tree coverage isn't 40%, it's more like 7%.
Wow.
And so like there's this real inequality. And a lot of the younger people living in overcrowded temporary accommodation, like the kids I used to teach, they're the ones that don't have access to the green space so easily and maybe don't know about the ones like, you know, just a bit down south. So we need to prioritize a lot of like places like, you know, Canterbury Road Recreation Ground. That's one of the few areas that kids can play in the north, but at the moment it's dilapidated and broken
and you
down.
wouldn't know it's there, to be honest.
No,
because it's hidden behind.
Exactly. So, but that should be a jewel for us. We should make the most. Where you've got few green spaces, you need to make the most of them.
I totally agree with you. Absolutely. So what moment made you decide you wanted to lead and not just participate?
Do you know what? I'm going to talk to you about because I was a teacher at the school and I love my kids. Very talented, diverse, entrepreneurial young people. Always challenging you, always got an idea. Like, I love them.
Yes.
But the challenges they were facing outside the classroom, I'm talking about family breakdown, overcrowded accommodation again, the drug dealing coming up on the streets, the county lines that happens through Croydon, domestic abuse issues. You know, that made me think we're not going to get the best out of our kids inside the class till we deal with that stuff outside the class.
That makes sense.
And like being a mayor is like an amazing position of office that enables you to have the power to do some good.
Yeah. So what do you think that Croydon has lost?
You know, we were just talking to a lady over here, weren't we? And like people remember Croydon as like the Oxford Street of the South. You know, I'm sure you do as well. Like your orders, Christmas time, it's like the place to come. My mum used to take me, I grew up in Lewisham, but she used to take me to Croydon for special occasions when I was a kid. It was a trip out. And now people are telling me it's like a ghost town. It's becoming a ghost town. Like only last week we lost the View Cinema from Grants. You know, like,
and that was a really nice cinema.
It was such good value. It was like on your doorstep. You know, a reason to come into the town. Definitely. You know, a reason to go to Tokyo Square, get your food and stuff. And I just think like, people feel that unfortunately, like, whilst Croydon has all this potential, it's been on a downhill slope.
Absolutely.
And that trajectory needs to change.
That's very true. I mean, with that question, we've got the opposite of what do you think it still has? Because there is the David Lean cinema.
Yeah. Oh my God. Do you know, Croydon's got so much potential. And I know because I'm the candidate who's not in office now, I talk about what we need to change.
Yes.
But we can't forget what we got to build on.
That's right.
We've got so much to build on. Croydon, biggest borough in London, more young people than anywhere else in London. We've got like this fantastic architecture. We're sitting around this mix of like 1960s Victorian and like modern architecture everywhere. We've got 15 minutes to central London from here, 15 minutes to the most beautiful countryside you can imagine. You can go horse riding like within the hour from here. Like it's just so special. Gatwick Airport's expanding. It's relatively affordable compared to other parts of London. The population is diverse, talented, generous. You've got the Brit School. I mean, like, I could go here all day, you can tell. But like,
it's still got stuff, you see, clearly.
It has, but it needs new leadership and new investment.
Absolutely.
To back it. That all that talent needs to be backed with new leadership and new investment, and that's what I want to do.
So when people talk about getting Croydon back, what does that mean to you?
One of the things that it means to me most is you see all these dead, derelict spaces you have everywhere. Like you start with like the Nestle Tower that's just down the road here, or St George's Walk. You've got, but everywhere across Croydon, you've got dotted these like dying vacant sites with their shutters down. And then at the same time, you look at Croydon's population, look at people like you, and you think, wow, there's so much talent and energy here. Why can't we connect all that talent and energy with all of those spaces? Because they often need spaces. So that is a real mission for me. Like, how do we unlock that? And how do we unlock that when the council really doesn't have any money? Like, it's in a very difficult situation. But how can we like use that private investment, encourage that in, and make sure that we bring the community with us to really make the most of what we've got? Because like I said, we've got the land, we've got the talent.
I think you're thinking very laterally, and I think it's a great idea. And I also believe that there are brands that would sponsor like specific areas. For instance, if there was a hub and that there was maybe a podcast studio, there might be a brand that sponsors that for young people. So it's about having the space and then integrating or adding in pieces where brands can sponsor certain things. And I think that they would.
Totally. So like Canterbury Rec, like we were talking about, I think it'd be good to sit down with like Crystal Palace Football Club and the Football Foundation and the council and see what can be possible. And you know, and I just think, I mean, we've got as well, the government's given Croydon some money for these family hubs. But I don't think we're making the most of them yet. Like, I feel like, you know, there are these buildings that have opened, but we've got so many community groups that could be a part of them, but aren't yet. You know, so I think making the most of that funding, deepening the community partnerships, making sure it's not just the same old people who are going to them, and bless them, we love the people who are there, no disrespect to them, but we need new people as well.
Well, we spoke to some young people today and they actually said there's nothing for young people. I said, well, there is, but you know, as I previously said, like, is it marketed well enough for them to know it's there?
That's part of it. Part of it's the supply, part of it's the communication.
Absolutely.
It's definitely both. And you know, Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, he announced just a couple of weeks ago that Croydon will be getting a brand new youth club.
Oh, wow.
And it will be open late night.
Wow.
Which is really, really good. So if I'm there, like, I really want to oversee that, make sure we push it through, make sure it's in the right place, offering the right things, bringing in the right community partners to make it happen.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like any initiative is always positive, but I also see pitfalls in some of them as well. I mean, having a late night with some of the youth culture, I think that would have to be very much, not police, literally, but the community would have to really pay attention to how, you know, that works.
And you know, there's lessons to be learned from even things like legacy. You know, there's always challenges to overcome. Like wherever you put it, you're thinking about territorial lines. Do young people feel comfortable getting there? And you know, and like how do we make sure it's done safely? And like these are such important questions, but we've got to answer those questions, because the alternative is young people often still do go out on the streets, and then what are they doing? Or and this is the other unspoken risk, they're staying at home alone in their bedroom on their phone, getting depressed. So like,
mental health has risen a lot in that youth age group.
And part of that, I think, is like an intense loneliness.
Of course.
That comes with not feeling there's anywhere safe to go outside.
That's right.
And then retreating to your phone, which is feeding you all kinds of stuff. And you know, so I think you're totally right. We've got to get it right. We've got to get it right.
Absolutely. So do you think that access to the creative opportunities can generally change life outcomes?
Oh my God, 100%. You're talking to an English teacher. You know, like,
I didn't know you was an English teacher. I'd be on my P's and Q's.
But like, I mean, you know, one of the projects I just remember so close to my heart, I took my little 11-year-olds down to a Windrush community centre. And I got all the little kids, the 11-year-olds, interviewing these pensioners about their stories, about coming to Croydon, about rebuilding Croydon. And then the kids wrote their stories for them. And then painted their portraits and then made them books of their lives.
That's wonderful.
And then they went back to the people to give them their books. And it was this like wonderful.
That's very emotional.
It was.
That's very emotional.
Honestly, it gives me shivers that they did it. And that was I'm just giving you that as one example of how art and talent and community can really change lives and educate us and keep us together.
Okay. So how would it make you feel to see businesses or spaces that are ran and open for women? How would that make you feel?
I love that. You know, you're talking to, we've got a lot of mayoral candidates standing in the selection. I'm the only woman.
I had a flick through today, guys. I'm going to show you the booklet later. But yeah, I noticed that, and I didn't really want to point it out because, you know, but power in numbers. I feel like it needs to be pointed out because I feel like you've got the motherly touch. You've got the motherly touch, and also you also have wisdom. I feel like I haven't really paid attention to what other people's ethos is or what their policies are or what they want to bring to Croydon, but I have paid attention to yours because we are all about female empowerment and female leadership. So,
and the thing is that I shouldn't be the only woman standing.
No, you shouldn't.
You know, there should be an equal number of women standing to choose from.
Yes.
And similarly in our businesses, they should be equally run and managed by women. And like, you know, we as a community in Croydon lose out if that talent is left at home or disempowered to come out or you know, just can't have the freedom to have kids and do their workplace.
That's right.
Space,
It's a juggle, isn't it?
It is such a juggle.
It's such a juggle.
The juggle is real.
The struggle is real. The juggle and the struggle.
The juggle and the struggle.
Well, that's going to be your new caption, your strap line. The juggle and the struggle. But you're getting it done, so I think that's motivation to show that we can do it. We're not saying we can do it all or we have to do it all, but it can be done, and you've got support.
Yeah, well, bless you. And this is the thing, I think, that my big job as a mayor is how can I back people?
Yeah.
How can I, because it's their talent that's going to make Croydon shine.
Yes.
But how can you have a mayor that is on their side and unlocking that talent?
So I'm just looking at a little child over there.
Oh, bless.
Doing a little dance.
It's so cute. That's Croydon.
That's Croydon.
Bringing the jiggy to it.
They say it's a simulation. Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot. If there was an initiative focused on creating a safe, structured, creative space for women and young people, would that be something you'd want to get behind and support locally?
100%. 100%. Anything I can do, we need that. We need the community to be empowered. What I can't do, and I wish I could do, is promise council funding for any initiatives because it's just not right for me to do it when the finances are in this mess.
Absolutely.
But anything else I can do, like looking at sponsorship deals, bringing community together, advocating it, publicising it, championing it, like looking for external sources of funding.
Yes.
All of that part. Anything I can do, I'll do.
Well, I know you can't hear it, but there's a round of applause going off in the background.
And for you, my gosh, I can't wait. You know, in 4 years, in 6 months, let's do another interview and see what's happening.
Oh, amazing. I'm going to hold you to that.
Yeah.